Right, welcome back. It's part 2 of my blog I started last night. It's about 5:30 AM and I've had no sleep all night, and it's not because I've been catching carp. For some reason I've turned it into a fishing insomniac and I have no idea why, and I just can't sleep. That coupled with the fact I was getting bleeps on my left down rod all night. Couldn't really work out what it was because it's like something was moving the lead, and I had enough, so I wound it in, and sure enough there was a little roach on the end. Somehow got a double bait, 40mm bait in its mouth, nailed it in the bottom lip. So yeah, wasn't too happy about that. Basically where I am, I'm fishing California Country Park. I'm on a syndicate. I actually fished here about 4 years ago. I've done 2 seasons. Had some okay fish out, some low 20s. I had a low 30 fish called the Demon. Actually had it out twice that year. But kind of like never felt that I really achieved what I wanted to on this. Like, just felt, I should have caught some more fish. So I decided to give it another go this year. Basically yesterday we turned up to the lake, and it was a nice day. The sun was out. And I was actually planning going in the top end, in the 3-legged, or either a few swims down the boathouse. Just good swims, produced a lot of fish for me in the past, so they were kind of like my main choice. But after a walk round, I mean, this is shallow ends, I'll show you in a second, but I mean, it's only like 3-4 foot deep, and with the sun up and the water temperature rising, a lot of the fish were just cruising around on the surface. So what I actually tried zig rigs to start with, and tried it like a foot under the surface, then half a foot, but that just sort of produced no action. I mean, the fish were coming right in close, I mean literally a few feet out, and spooking off the lines. So what I decided to do was flick a bait in the margin, but then, as it always is down here, I was getting a lot of problems off the ducks, constantly picking my bait up, and I just thought, enough's enough. Brought that rod in, and I'll just show you quickly. I don't know if you can just see that far margin over there, the rhododendrons. Basically there's pucker spots over there, and it's quite firm silt, so you get a real good lie with your rig. And so out she went over there, and basically put about 1/4 kilo to start with. A couple of hours after that I had a 13-pound mirror. Actually thought it was 10 to start with. Weird fight, just come straight in. It only really started putting up a struggle when it was right down in the edge, but yeah, really happy with that. First session, new campaign, straight off the mark. And then bring the rod back out there, probably another 1/4 kilo on the spot. And then just before dark, I wasn't quite happy with when I got the rod out earlier in the day, because I felt I could have got it a little bit closer to the roadies. So I added an extra about metre to the clip, and back out there she went. And also just before that I put about another kilo or so, 3/4 kilo maybe. So a good kilo and a half actually went out on the spot. And then about 10 o'clock, another take on the same rod. Fishing kind of locked up, so I'm quite close to them roadies. So as soon as it hit the top, out of clip, hit it, and just instantly knew it was a big fish. Just felt pretty solid. Yeah, and that turned out to be I think it was 25 2-ounce mirror carp. That I haven't caught it before, so it's the first time catching for me. Really nice fish. I'll put some photos up later for everyone to see. And yeah, so result. But like I said, nothing after that. A few liners and stuff. Bit of an occurrence on the right hand rod, but when I did bring it in, the actual bottom bait was gone, and just pop up was left. Again, the roach and the bream and the little tension, an absolute nightmare. Pure boilie lake, no pellets, no particles, just boilies. Unfortunately, I've only got 40mm fusion at the moment. I had in my freezer, and they're from Kent Particles and they're quite a soft bait, so I'm actually waiting for some cells to get delivered. That's going to be here Friday, some 18 millers, etc. So you know, once all that arrives, I hopefully shouldn't have this problem. But moving on to the rigs, you can see that there. That's basically the rig that produced the fish. Basically what we've got there, we've got a 15-pound N-Trap soft in green. Basically what I do, I just flex it up a bit with a black pen. I just find that's a little bit better than just using the pure black, you know, just with this, flexing it up, you can break it up a bit and, you know, I think generally just looks a bit more stealthy. So, Christen, heavy metal putty, just to pin it all down, plus also, just, you know, helps turn the hook over when it comes out of the fish's mouth. And the rig in particular, fusion mill bottom bait. Capped with a high vis mainline milky toffee pop-up. Now, I'm definitely sure that's the reason why I got, you know, 2 quick bites last night. Definitely, because I mean it's really murky in here. The water's just, you know, unbelievably murky. So, you know, it's a silty mirror. So I definitely think having something visual out there for them to see is definitely going to get you quicker bites. So that's basically the rig. Oh, we have a size 8 wide gape barbless hooks in here. So I want something with a curve. I mean, I'm also using quarter curve hooks as well. My calie rig. So you know, I just want something that's either curved. I've got a curved beak that's going to stay in, and both the fish were absolutely nailed in the bottom lip, so really happy with that rig. It's another thing, I actually spent pretty much all of Sunday testing all my rigs in the bath, just filled it up to the top, cold water, and yeah, just all sorts of things, you know, having foam and actually watching it in a way, you know, I mean normally you would think that when the foam actually melts that the rig, you know, will fall down nice and flat like that. That's not the case with the N-Trap soft. I mean, although it's, you know, and it is soft, but you know, you think it would lay out straight. It literally just falls straight like that, like straight on top of your lead. So I mean, that's one thing that I learned. So you know, can't get away with the hybrid stiffener because of the silt. So what I've decided to do, just put a 1 or 2 bait stringer, just to prevent tangles, and then that way when you're feeling it down, the lead should go out. The rig should go out and lay straight anyway. So yeah, and the other thing was, I mean, you'd be amazed. I mean, a lot of people when they test their rig, all they do, they get it on their hand, put it over, look, turn it over nice. But what they forget is that in water in the carp's mouth, it behaves completely different. I mean, you know, you'd be amazed some of the rigs that I thought were like some of my best rigs. When I was testing them in the bath, you know, trying to imitate a carp's mouth, I mean, it was horrible sometimes. I mean, it was so crucial to get the ring absolutely perfect, to get the weight of the bait perfect. Too light, you know, kept missing my hand. If it was too buoyant, you know, so you had to get it just so it sits flat. Flat like that, no lift at all, it has to be flat. You see that there? Yeah, and once I got that consistency, it was just nailing my hand every time. So yeah, don't just put rigs over your hands, make sure you actually test it, either in the edge of the lake or in your bath. But if you do it in your bath, make sure you clean it out because the missus weren't too happy. So that's that. Yeah, so basically I'm on it for 4 nights. It's going to be another nice day today, about 23 degrees I think, apparently sunshine. So I think what I'll do, I'll get my left hand rod I've actually got now on the spot as well. So I've got both rigs on the spot now. I'll probably give it about 4 more hours until about lunchtime. You do get a few bites in it down, it is kind of like a day late. But I definitely know the fish are going to be back up this thing cruising around. So either some floaters or a couple of zig rigs, we'll see what happens. like I said, I've got 4 nights. I mean, the weather's going to change considerably tomorrow. We've got southwesterlies, a bit of rain. Thought we was away then. Yeah, so I mean it's deep. I mean with the rain, I mean it's deeper down that end. Like I said, it's averaging about 3-4 foot. Down the other end, you've got like a good 10-foot hole spot, and it averages about 7-8 foot. And I've had quite a few fish from a swim down there called the three-legged. That produced, I think, 4 bites on the opening night of the season, which was 4 nights ago. So and that's an option. So, but yeah, really happy. Off to a great start. And what I'll do is, if I've had some action, I'll check on you tonight. If I don't get no action today on the zigs, etc., then I'll check in with you again tomorrow morning and let you know how I got on. Tight lines.